Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Lefties, are you watching? Lefties, are you paying attention? Now, of course they aren't. Leftoids love to operate in their little bubbles, commonly referred to as echo chambers, where conservatives are not allowed to have a voice. Places like r/politics, where moderators will delete any right-wing opinion. God forbid any self-righteous lefty is subjected to facts or made to critically think. That exact bubble is the bubble that is currently bursting. Leftoids think that Twitter is real life, that Reddit is real life, that all of these pseudo-intellectual Starbucks baristas who watched a couple documentaries on Netflix and now deem themselves experts on every single issue are getting a heavy dose of reality as they realize the little leftist internet bubble that they've been occupying over the last couple of years isn't representative of the real world, isn't the real world at all. And they've been coping with this Elon Musk takeover situation, that the world is gonna side with them, that Elon Musk is bad for freedom and bad for freedom of speech, bad for democracy. The man is an evil man. They've tried to convince themselves and everybody else that Twitter is going to fail because Elon Musk's a real bad man. We've been covering so many tweets from seething, coping leftists over the last couple of days, predicting that Elon Musk won't be able to hire anybody, and everyone working at Twitter is gonna quit once he takes over. And well, lo and behold, of course, reality is the exact opposite from what leftoids are saying, or how they're coping on Twitter. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here. This video is a little bit of a victory lap because it's, once again, an accurate prediction from your friend Liberal Hive Mind. I mean, not like it was a hard prediction to make, but still, it's a victory lap and I told you so video for the lefties. We got some stuff to get into, but of course, before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. And with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. All right, folks, we covered the tweets. Everyone's gonna quit Twitter, and it's gonna be impossible for Elon Musk to replace us. Well, here's a hefty dose of reality. Job interest in Twitter skyrocketed more than 250% since Elon Musk moved to take over, but current employees are nervous. Elon Musk cast Twitter's future into uncertainty when he made a successful $44 billion bid to acquire the company last month. He will take over as temporary CEO once the deal is complete, CNBC reported Thursday morning, while countless Musk fans, and a slight majority of Americans, 59%, approve of the takeover according to recent data from the Harris poll. Some current Twitter staff worry that it will dramatically change the company's culture and overall direction. Yeah, that's literally the point. Absolutely seething. It's still unclear how a Musk-run Twitter might impact the company's ability to retain current staff and recruit new employees. I mean, this article is literally already an oxymoron. It's unclear whether the company will be able to retain current staff, and the headline is literally 250% increase in job interest at Twitter. What is wrong with these lefty journalists? The company presented the takeover as a potential threat to its staffing abilities in an SEC filing on Monday, but at least casual interest in open positions at the company has skyrocketed since the Tesla billionaire showed some serious interest in taking over the company. On Thursday, Daniel Zhao, a senior economist and data scientist at the job insights platform Glassdoor, tweeted that the interest in job openings at the social media giant was up 263% between April 24th and April 30th. Oh my lord, folks, do you guys hear that? I think that is the sound of liberal tears crashing onto the pavement. When your worldview is just so disconnected from reality, but you believe it and you espouse it, and then reality hits you flat in the face and you realize that you are not part of the majority. You are a part of a very fringe minority of just extremely loud, insufferable people. Wow, what a surprise. Elon Musk, literally the richest man on the planet, the most inspirational billionaire on the planet, a man who has had success after success after success, a man who's a real human being and expresses himself just like a regular person on the internet and is fighting for freedoms for both sides of the political aisle, just basic freedom of speech. That man is more popular than green-haired, angry lefties who want to control and censor speech? No way! I never would have believed that. When are they going to learn? I mean, it's the same thing that we see over and over again. When what's that guy's name again? Neil Young called to boycott Joe Rogan and Spotify, as if most people would side with washed up has-been, one-hit wonder Neil Young over Joe Rogan. And we all know exactly what happened there. Spotify issued a public message to Neil Young.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
And Joe Rogan continues to be the most popular man pretty much on the internet, one of the most popular men on the internet, definitely the most popular content creator, averaging over 11 million views or viewers, listeners per episode. Lefties and the cancel culture mob just keeps getting a healthy dose of reality, hitting them right in the noggin. Wake up, Twitter people. You're living in a bubble. You've convinced yourself that you're part of the mainstream popular culture, but really it's just been an illusion. You know, I wasn't always a full-time YouTuber. I used to work in an office and I worked in tech. I always mention this when I'm talking about this. And I mention this because I worked in a tech environment that was very liberal. You know, I worked in an office where we had the green-haired people and we had the constant left-wing messaging and propaganda. I could tell you guys some stories, but I really don't want to get into it. Like some crazy stuff, like really far left-wing. Total culture war nonsense. And while that was the prevalent, I guess, company culture that was being pushed onto the company, it was exactly that. It was being pushed onto the company. Most people wanted nothing to do with it. It was a select few people who were connected to HR and not even management. I forget what the department was called, but they were basically glorified assistants, like office assistants. They didn't even work on creating anything in terms of the actual products that we were creating. They were like event planners. They would put together like Halloween and Christmas parties, organize the structure of desks and stuff, put plants across the office. They'd get beer and snacks on Fridays at the end of the workday for employees to enjoy. I mean, those were the people who were pushing all of the left-wing political propaganda, culture, nonsense. And everybody else who worked there didn't care for any of it. The pizza and beer on Friday was pretty cool, but the constant political messaging in Slack was extremely annoying to pretty much everybody. You know, some person would post a meme in the Slack channel and people would think it was funny, would get all kinds of hearts and thumbs up and this, that, and the other. Then the office community reps, I guess we'll call them that, would post some virtue signaling nonsense about the wage gap or I don't know, some sort of event for diversity in the workplace. And nobody would react to the post and nobody would even show up to these events. You are part of the fringe minority and it's time to start waking up. You know, we often refer to them as the mainstream, but really the mainstream should be the majority of the people, mainstream people, average Americans, who just aren't on your extreme side. You know, it's very simple. Twitter is a tech company. It's not a left-wing propaganda outlet. And that's exactly why Elon Musk is going to succeed. You know, he actually retweeted the Fortune article that I was reading earlier, and he wrote, if Twitter acquisition completes, company will be super focused on hardcore software engineering, design, infosec, and server hardware. The average person who's a coder, a software engineer, that's what they care about. If they have the opportunity to leave one company where they're being bombarded with all kinds of left-wing culture nonsense and join Twitter and actually get to focus on what they care about and what their job title is supposed to mean or supposed to represent, well then they're going to go there. That's exactly what's going to happen. And no amount of left-wing media, partisan hit piece nonsense is going to affect regular people and their view. Like this garbage from the New York Times. New York Times hit piece on Elon Musk's South Africa past gets blowback, where they tried to connect Elon Musk to apartheid in South Africa. Let me get the article actually so I can show you. Elon Musk left a South Africa that was rife with misinformation and white privilege. But they omitted the fact that Elon Musk's father was actually a politician who was fighting against apartheid, at least that's the report that I've heard, and that he grew up having black friends. It's the same hypocrisy that we see all the time. Social justice anti-racist activists who are trying to save the world are attacking Elon Musk, who you could probably say is a true social justice activist, not in a free and accepting America, but in South Africa. His family took the stance of anti-apartheid. The same lefties who, when it's cool, are virtue signaling about the planet and the environment, attacking Elon Musk, who's the only man who's actually doing something about it on a seriously big scale. It's nothing but hypocrisy. Regular people see through all of this nonsense, this garbage, and I just love it when lefty narratives fall apart and when lefties are forced to accept or realize that they are not the majority but rather a fringe minority. That is a fact, and it's time for companies to stop bending the knee to the very fringe, very small, far left Twitter mob. The cultural pendulum is swinging, folks, and I absolutely love it. That's what I got for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. I'm going to get back to work. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.